I would like to quickly point out that John the Mouse Video has a large selection of videos from North and South America for your viewing pleasure. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Now let's get into the cheese of the matter. Fat Man Bomb dimensions. Length 10 feet 8 inches. Diameter 60 inches. Weight 10,800 pounds. Yield 20 kilotons. Robert Oppenheimer was the center of putting this bomb together with other scientists. They made two different kinds of bombs. The Fat Man bomb was a more complicated and powerful implosion weapon using plutonium. The plutonium for this bomb came from Hanford, Washington, from the Manhattan Project. The Hanford Site became the home for nuclear reactors, which produced a new kind of made element called plutonium. They made a test bomb, codename Gadget. 19 kiloton explosion was the first nuclear weapon plutonium implosion device. It was created and detonated successfully in the Trinity test at Alamogordo, New Mexico, demonstrating that the Fat Man atomic bomb design will work. The plutonium core to the bomb was assembled in the McDonald ranch house. You will see this model of the original Fat Man bomb on loan from the National Atomic Museum in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It is featured at each open house of the Trinity Site on the first Saturdays in April and in October. The Trinity Site is 120 miles south of Santa Fe, not far from where this bomb casing sits in the White Sands Missile Range. First mushroom cloud of searing light stretched 40,000 feet into the air and generated a destructive power of 15,000 to 20,000 tons of TNT. That could powered 2,113 average homes for a year in electrical power. Talk about man-made global warming. The tower on which the bomb sat when detonated was vaporized. Now that they knew it worked in the USA, decided that they needed to use it on Japan. Fat Man was the second nuclear weapon used in warfare. It was dropped on Nagasaki, Japan on August 9th, 1945. Just to compare it to a city in the USA, I chose Chicago to detonate the blast radius. You come out with estimated fatalities of 163,110 people. Estimated injuries is 203,820. Just think, these are tiny compared to today's bombs of hydrogen. Soviet Union conducted the largest thermonuclear weapon test in history, the Tsar Bomba, with a yield of 50 megatons. The force of the blast was so great that the shock wave circled around the world 3 times and broke windows as far away as Finland. I'm showing it here at 100 megatons, Russia's largest bomb that is known. We have the estimated fatalities at 3,136,100 and estimated injuries at 3,448,740. As you can see, that's not including the radiation deaths later on. The explosions intense light and heat would set wood and other combustible materials afire at range of many miles away, so that also would be a concern. Contaminated food and water can kill you as you keep absorbing more and more radiation. Getting back to spring 1945, many cases of bomb parts were shipped to the island of Tinian. This place the USA had taken from the Japanese to build a giant base. After the island was secured, Navy Seabees construction battalions began bulldozing in mere days. 6 runways were completed within 2 months, and Tinian soon became the biggest air base in the world. Tinian is less than 40 square miles in size and located approximately 1,500 miles from south of Tokyo. Northfield consisted of 4 airfields and supported 269 B-29s. The round-trip flight from Tinian to Tokyo took the B-29s an average of 12 hours. They started shipping parts for the Fat Man bomb. With all the parts, they could make as many as 45 or 50 bombs. They also had pumpkin bombs, were externally similar to the Fat Man bomb in size and shape. They were used for testing and training purposes, meant to prepare the groups for future atomic missions. 49 pumpkin bombs were dropped on 14 targets in Japan. Others were for training, was filled with a cement plaster sand mixture to make it the right weight. The non-nuclear components of Fat Man arrived at Tinian aboard 2 B-29s that had been waiting in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The plutonium came in aboard a C-54 from the White Sands Trinity Site. At Tinian, the plutonium was stored in desiccant to combat the humidity. After witnessing the Trinity test, Philip Morris traveled to the Tinian Island as a pit team leader for the Project Alberta, where he helped oversee the assembly of the Fat Man plutonium bomb. The team was split into the HE, ME, pit, fusing, and firing teams to prevent plump overcrowding in the assembly building holding a Fat Man. A stout accident here would have been potbelly explosive. They used a thick brush to smear stuff on the joints. To put the finishing touches, you can see them using air sprayer to fill out the seam. After Fat Man was put together, it was moved to the bomb pit, waiting for a B-29 bomber boxcar. Its crew will carry this first kind of plutonium bomb to Nagasaki, Japan. A lot of people was involved in making all the parts for this most powerful bomb at the time. After getting the bomb loaded in the plane and fueled, it was time for the 6-hour flight to Japan. Robert Oppenheimer believed that 50 atomic bombs would be needed to defeat Japan. Before these bombs were dropped, we had the government dropping warning leaflets telling people to flee the cities as the USA was firebombing cities of Japan. Just remember, this came from the propaganda department, meant to demoralize citizens and soldiers of Japan. From the plane, we will be able to see the mushroom cloud of destruction. It really destroyed its town with the people in it. It's probably why people that seen the destruction and to help build it, they talked afterwards against using this powerful weapon against others. Did it save more lives than it destroyed? Looking into the past, one thing is for sure. Man is not perfect. Once they have power, they will always use it. Very few can hold that kind of power and not be corrupted by it. John the Mouse travel map is available for Google Maps. It will help plan your route to the locations of your favorite videos. It is free to use. I have the link below. Please visit the playlist tab for videos that I have sorted for you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button